Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerds with Friends. My name is Cody Leach, and as always, I'm joined by Christian Garcia.
What up?
And as always, I'm adjusting my microphone after we start recording.
I do that shit pre.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I set it up when I'm like hunched down like this, and then I'm like, I should.
Then I shouldn't hunch.
Yeah, I should hunch.
Because now we're on video.
Now we're on video. People see my terrible posture. Welcome back, everybody, and hope you guys...
Nothing terrible happened.
Nothing terrible has happened. Yeah, new president, new year.
Actually, new week of president when this comes out. For us,
yeah,
it's like
a whole
second
week.
Day.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we shouldn't jinx it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think last time we were like, hey, Happy New Year. It was like, ooh, instant coup at the Capitol.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fucking true.
Yeah, we are, I was kind of hoping that stuff on this show would just show up in Marvel movies, not in real life.
Yeah.
But
we it's just, we're jinxing it. We should probably just stick to predictions.
Yeah, it's probably going to be terrible.
Dude, you see all these QAnon people are like sad, like, oh, nothing happened. I was like, obviously nothing fucking happened. None of that shit was true.
Yeah. Freaking QAnon.
Don't get me wrong. I love conspiracy theories as fiction. They're fun. You read them. It's a good story. You were entertained for a little bit. These people just take it as canon.
Yeah.
Like this shit's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, I think the thing about conspiracy theorists is that, like, it's funny at first, and then you start thinking like, oh no, there's a lot of people who believe this, and then it just makes me sad.
No, I had a close friend of mine, Gabby. She was like, "What's QAnon?" I'm like, "What, are you living under a rock?" But then I realized, I'm fascinated.
She's just part of the problem, Christian. She's just trying to subvert QAnon, obviously.
No, it's just like, I'm one of those people that I love reading about that stuff, and she, smart, stays away from that shit. And I had to explain it to her, and she thought I was lying. I'm like, no, they literally think that, like, liberals, celebrities are sex trafficking kids and, abusing them and molesting them and then using their blood to drink it because they get high from it.
To be fair, I mean, some of them probably are.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I've never had child blood. Shit could be amazing.
It's because we're not celebrities yet.
That's true. We're trying.
We're working our way up there.
Yeah.
So please, like and subscribe.
Yeah, I think we'd be lucky if we get to like puppies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, how expensive can dog blood be?
I don't know.
Can't be that much.
I mean, well, it depends on the breed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're getting those, mutt blood. Sure.
No, I want the pure inbred.
I take you for like a French bulldog.
Oh, I love me some Frenchies.
Yeah, see? I knew it.
I love them. They're so tasty.
I'm cheap. I'll take a pit bull.
Pit bull. Well, we hope you guys are not part of QAnon.
Yeah, and if you are, keep listening.
And if you are, keep listening.
We drop a lot of clues in here.
Sprinkle it. Yeah, there's symbolism every week. The background changes.
Yeah. Cody says at least 17 racist things, which is the letter Q. The 17 letter in the alphabet. You just got to catch it.
Yeah, exactly. Why do they have to be racist? Anyway, we hope you guys are enjoying the show. Make sure to follow us at nerdswithfriendspodcast.com. All of our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitters, all that good stuff is there.
The gram.
I think I said Instagram.
Did you?
Doesn't matter.
Book of Face.
And
MySpace. Fucking crazy enough.
Yeah, we are not on MySpace. It's just Tom and his 8 friends.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And fun thing too, we did post a YouTube exclusive short video a couple weeks ago now, talking all about Star Trek Discovery. So you guys can check that out on our YouTube channel too. It's Christian's not there because, I think I made it out like you hate Star Trek.
Yes.
But you don't hate Star Trek.
I definitely watched most of it. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you make it sound like I hate Star Trek. I don't hate Star Trek. I haven't sunk myself deep enough into it to finish it.
Sure.
There's a lot of content.
Yeah, and that's part of what we talk about in that video is that there's so much of it, it is really a golden age of Star Trek right now.
Also, this guy says Star Trek is better than Star Wars, so attack him for that.
I know. I preface that with, I'm like, this might be a hot take, but I think the longer Star Wars has gone on, the more true that statement becomes.
Mandalorian is on the way back.
Mandalorian is several steps in the right direction. The sequel trilogies, not so much. I watched some videos about it recently, and I'm just like, God damn, you're right. Rise of Skywalker was not very good. There's good moments in it for sure.
My biggest letdown with the I enjoyed them as Star Wars movies. I enjoyed them. My biggest letdown was how bad they did my boy Finn.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like they were setting him up to be a Jedi, and they just kind of took it from him. And
well, he's force sensitive. That was the secret he was trying to tell her.
But like,
that's it. And it's like, well, maybe he has some movies.
Maybe later. Nah,
probably not.
No, they're not.
No, Disney hates black people.
Yeah. They said, we gave you Mace. Just take that. Yeah. You had your Windu.
You had Mace Windu. We brought Billy D. Williams back.
Yeah. What else
enough
you want?
For you.
That's it.
Oh, we just want one original developed character, please.
No.
Black Panther was all we had. Now he's gone. Yeah, let us know. Check out that video. It's available on our YouTube channel, and check out our other videos as well. We do every week. We post a video version of this podcast up there. We put lots of fun little pictures. In our last week's episode, I put some of my minis up there when we were talking about that, which is pretty cool. Kind of see how far I've grown or how little I've grown, depending on.
I can tell you, man, they're amazing.
Depending on your opinion. But let's get down to the nitty gritty, as they say, and do some nerdy confessions where we confess the things that make us nerds. You want to go first?
Sure. I have been contemplating why I'm not as good as.
There you go, thinking again,
I know.
Christian.
First mistake. Why I'm not. So we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty online, and I'm like, dude, why is Cody so much better? And I'm like, why? First was the internet.
Well, it's because I'm white.
That was the point I was gonna bring.
Ooh, I burned it, man.
You took it.
I know you too well, Christian.
Mass shootings.
Oh,
they've been doing it for so long.
That's not where I was headed with that.
I'm behind.
I was thinking like cowboys and how we stole this country from the Native Americans. That's where I was going.
That's where you're. No, I went the other way.
That's true. There's a lot of mass shootings, and they're all white guys.
They're all white guys.
Yep.
We're behind. If there was a running game, maybe.
That's because all you Mexican guys are just shooting them up in the air.
Yeah, that's the problem. We were hoping that
everything I know about your culture is from Speedy Gonzales,
and it's all accurate.
It's all accurate.
And the bullets come down.
They come down.
Arc down that way.
Yeah.
No, but it's been fun, and like I have gotten better once we fixed the internet, which was fucking sucks, dude. I need to fucking hardwire.
Yeah.
But I've been doing the 5.4 Wi-Fi has been helping a lot. I've been learning a lot about this shit. I don't really learn a lot about tech because I got Cody. I just asked Cody.
Yeah.
And then I just had to, like, all right, I'm getting destroyed. I need to fucking figure this out. I was like, there's no way I'm this weak. Yeah. Once I got the internet, I noticed, like, my kill rates were a lot higher. I'm like, dope, okay.
Yeah, I think once you stop fighting that lag, I think that's where, then it's all about learning the game. You know what I mean? And when you're, because I've dealt with shitty internet in the past too, and it's just like, it's so frustrating, especially when you get on like a good roll and you're like, oh, I'm fucking doing it. I'm capturing the zones. I'm killing the guys. And then it's like,
why am I like
lagging.
behind? Why did I go back in time? Like I was over here, now I'm back here.
Yeah, or you're shooting a guy and he's just like sitting there running in place, and then it unfreezes and he's shooting you in the face.
The worst one's like, dude, I'm pretty sure I shot that guy in the chest 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's just one, and then you fucking die.
Once you get your internet fixed, though, then you have no excuse.
Oh, no. Again, like once the internet was up there, I was like, ooh, shit, all right, 21 kills. All right, I haven't done that like ever. And then had that like 2-3 times in a row. But
nice.
I do also want to say, fuck snipers. Because I can't use them. I suck at them.
Yeah.
So.
Man, I'm trying. I'm trying to learn, and I'm bad at it.
No, and I think it's all those PC guys.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, you didn't even aim in the scope. How the fuck did you get me from that distance?
They just have a little Sharpie marked on their actual monitor, so they just know where it is all the time.
Where's the fun in that? That can't be fun.
Well, those people, Christian, aren't out to have fun. They're just out to prove that they're better than everyone.
I guess.
Yeah. Call of Duty, though, I will say this is the most Call of Duty I've played in years.
Yeah.
I've most of the time I'll pick up the game and I'll play it for a little while, go through the campaign, play a little multiplayer, and then kind of fall off of it. But for some reason, this one has really kept me going. And I've been playing zombies with you as well, which I'm notoriously not a zombie fan.
It's fun.
It is fun. It is fun once you kind of get the hang of it. And I think that's one thing that the game doesn't do a very good job of is kind of explaining to you what to do.
Nah, you just figure that shit
Yeah,
out.
it's just like, you figure up picked up this thing. What's this box do? Oh my god, okay.
Cody figured it out, and then he told me, I'm like, oh, okay, now this is a little bit easier now.
Yeah, it makes sense. And like I watched after we played the last time, where I was just like, dude, how are these guys staying alive so much longer than us? I've watched a couple videos, and now I figured out some more stuff. So
I don't know what that gun was. It was some kind of laser gun.
yeah, it was a laser gun.
Whatever he had, like he was taking masses. And it's like the whole team was gone. It was just him. Like, oh, he's fucking dead. Like, no, you fucking survived.
And he had a knife.
There was another knife guy.
Yeah, he had a knife and a laser gun, and that's all he needed. And I learned it's because the knife is a one-hit kill, like up until round like 50 or something like that.
There's 50 rounds.
It can go forever. So there's.
I think we made like 12.
I think that the highest we made it to 19 or 20, but we didn't pass 20.
Yeah.
And 20 was like where, there's a game mode that only goes to 20 rounds, and then there's one that goes endlessly. And
I thought so on other ones you can beat zombies.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of these.
Well, so if you set it to the 20 round for the basic bitches out there, you can just beat it. It'll just be over. Or like at certain rounds, you can call for a helicopter to come save you, and then you have to like hold off the zombies until the helicopter comes and rescues you.
All right, we're not there yet.
Yeah. So every time I try to call the helicopter, you have to get like the rest of the team like on board to like do it. They're like, hey, vote for the helicopter. And they're all like, fuck that, we're going forever. I'm like, oh god. And then I immediately die because my will to live is gone.
Yeah.
But it is fun. The campaign was really fun.
I haven't started yet. I want to.
It's really good. For a Call of Duty game, I was very surprised. Lots of cool stuff. It's cool era, in the 80s. And then it does flashback to Vietnam era as well.
So who did the 80s genre better? Wonder Woman 84?
Get out of here.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Like, God, I don't want to talk about it
because then it sounds like you hate women.
Yeah, it sounds like I hate women. I come off as a super misogynist, and it's not. I feel like that movie did a disservice to women everywhere. I'm the ultra feminist, Christian.
I was watching.
I'm more feminist than most women.
Is that right?
No, I don't know.
I noticed this while watching the movie, and then I remember I watched it, how bad it was, and then I forgot about it because there was other stuff that was bad about it. But someone had done a video. Do you know when she saves the kids?
Yeah.
And but when she lands, she rolls on the ground, and you can see that the kids are really stiff mannequins.
Yeah, and their heads totally hit the pavement.
Yeah. It's like you couldn't edit that. There was that was your best take.
There's another one in the mall scene where she's got one of the bad guys tied up with the lasso, but they forgot to CG in the lasso. So it's just on the ground, rolling around like he's tied up. And I'm like, nope, you're not tied up, buddy. They forgot.
CG. They didn't pay that guy.
Yeah.
You just erased it.
Who cares? No one's going to watch this movie anyway. The lasso budget was out of control in that movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You got
to pay for every foot of lasso.
Yeah, I mean, when she did it to the plane, that's where all the money went.
That's where it all went. Oh, my God. My nerdy confession, aside from the fact that I hate Wonder Woman, is so I talked about it a little bit last time where I hinted at I recently purchased this gigantic box of Warhammer figures. It's called the Indomitus box. And it's so Warhammer just came out with 9th edition Warhammer, which is the newest edition.
Damn. D&D's behind, just on 5th.
Yeah. And I'll get to that in just a minute, because one thing I have to, respect about Games Workshop, which is the company that makes Warhammer 40K, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, whoever started that company was for sure a nerd, because the games are very intricate and the lore is really interesting. But he was also a shrewd businessman. New
pieces.
Yeah.
Got to get new pieces.
So here I wanted to break down a little bit of everything that goes into Warhammer, because I'm currently learning how to play it, and I'm building an army so I can start to learn, right? So D&D, what do you need exactly to play D&D?
Dice and a character sheet.
Dice and a character sheet, which if you look it up online, you can literally write it out if you wanted to, right? It helps to have the core rule book, player's handbook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely need that.
So it's like $35 or $39, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's like $35.
Something like that, right? But that's it. you need that and friends, you
Yes.
know. And even if you don't have friends, you can go on Roll20 now and do pickup games.
Yep.
Several of our guests who we've had on here do games and stuff for their Patreons and stuff like that. So you don't need a lot of accessories. Okay, for Warhammer. So the core rule book, the cheapest I was able to find it was $85.
Okay.
Okay. It's a fat book though. Okay. So it is thick. It's hardcover. But
that already is daunting to me just because like the D&D handbook isn't that thick, but it's packed with a lot of information.
Packed full of a lot of info. And so I thought I'm like, oh my God, how complicated is Warhammer going to be? Because it's full of all this stuff. And so I get the book and a lot of it is lore, which is really cool. So you get the backstory of the game and stuff. But then like, do you really need that in the core rule book? The actual core rules is maybe, 30 pages long, 40 pages long.
Less than D&D.
Yeah, a lot less than D&D. I'm pretty sure that I'm accurate in that. But a lot of it is like, here's the universe. Here are the factions at play. Here's kind of the main events that have led up to this. So it does give you a brief overview. And then there's other parts of it that are like missions. So with Warhammer, instead of just like you're playing like D&D, like every module is different. Every campaign is different, with Warhammer, you have like missions because it's designed to be a 1 to 2 hour game. It's not,
Okay.
It's not designed to be like months and months long. So it's be like, okay, here's one kind of mission where it's like Call of Duty. Here's a domination mission where you have to capture the zones and maintain them. Yeah. Or you can do ones where like you're outnumbered by another bigger army and you have to hold off as many rounds as you can. Mm-hmm. There's all sorts of fun little, instances and stuff like that, right? So there is some of that, and I don't count that as like the core rules. Those are just like scenarios kind of thing. So $85 for that book. Now you have to pick an army. So the blue guys that you see in Warhammer, the ones on all the covers of all the books, those are called Space Marines. And the blue ones specifically, their chapter is called Ultramarines because they're not very clever, but they are kind of clever because Ultramarine blue is an actual color. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Okay.
So
how many pieces do you need for an army?
So it depends. One thing it lays out in the book is like you set your army based off of a power level or points level. Okay. So like, you can start an army with like 20 points worth, which is like maybe one unit of infantry, one high level character like a captain or a lieutenant or something like that, and maybe like some little throwaway characters like with these Necrons that I painted recently. They're like little scarab beetles. Which
you're talking about like 10 pieces?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely learn to play the game with 10 pieces. Okay. It'd probably be better if you had like 15. Okay. Know? So like maybe like, some infantry guys, like 3 flamethrower guys, and a captain. So
there's no like peons?
Who's
the cook? Who's making the food? Who's cleaning the toilets?
That guy, there's no rules for that guy. That guy is doing his own thing. And so once you have your pieces and painted them, of course, because that's part of the fun of it. Once you pick a army, there's these other books called codexes or codices or codexes.
You just wanted to throw part of your name in there.
Codices, codexes, which are specific rule books for that army.
So they
have like, so you're catching on.
You need your rule book for the game, but you need your rule book for your army.
For your army, right? Okay. Heaven forbid you have 2 armies. So in this Indominus box, it comes with 2 different armies. It comes with Necrons and Space Marines.
I don't even want to ask you what you paid for the box, but
here, I'll tell you. So this is why I finally bit the bullet and bought the box. And this box was like, at first it was like a collector's item. They're like, they're made to order. You had to pre-order and whatever. Now they're just online for way cheaper than they were. So they just fucked everybody. But it started out, it was $250. Uh-huh. But I found it for $169.99, $170. It comes with the core rule book. $80. So that's like an $85 book.
Okay, so that's half the value.
So that's half the value, right? And then it comes with 61, 65 models. Okay. Which that's a lot. And like, if you buy, like, you can buy one character in Warhammer, like one of those captains or whatever, and that could be $35. Okay. Or you can buy a pack of, 8 dudes, and that can range anywhere from $35 to $55, $65, depending on who they are.
You know what I'm hearing? We need to start one of these fucking games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. and so like not only do you have to buy these characters, there's different units and stuff that have different abilities. Then you have the Codex book, and so I chose instead. Not only am I choosing a Space Marine, which is the super soldiers, like the Halo guys of Warhammer, but I picked a specific chapter called Raven Guard, who they're like the emo sad boys, where they all their hair's like down in their face, and they listen to like Taking Back Sunday.
So do they just do magic? They don't shoot bullets?
No, they're actually a stealth group because
Okay.
they're all black, and they're dressed in all black.
Okay,
They're very pasty otherwise. They dress in all black, and they are kind of an underpowered army, but they're really good at like tactically striking from the shadows and stuff. So
they're ninjas.
Yeah, basically kind of like super armored space ninjas. And so I found out that you have to get the Space Marine Codex, and then there's a Raven Guard supplement
Of
codex.
course there is.
So like I'm just like, damn, they're fucking really getting me on this. And the codex, the information it has in it are like the special abilities that each of those armies has.
Isn't
so
there...
you could technically play without it, but it's like then you're just playing with whatever.
Can't you just find this information online?
There's some of it online, and then of course they have the Warhammer app, which has a monthly subscription instead of a one-time fee.
Of course,
dude. The guys at Games Workshop, and then they make the paint, they make the terrain, they make video games.
They make money,
dude. They make a shit ton of money. So, Wizards of the Coast, you need, like, please don't adopt this. But, if you want to make money, you should adopt this.
Shut up. What's wrong with you?
Putting that out there. But, yeah, it is super fun learning about this whole new game. It's there's, like, literally nothing close to what D&D is. Like, the rules are so different. It's not like Pathfinder where it's kind of loosely based. Yeah. So it is very fun, like, learning that whole new system. It's all based on D6s. So you don't have to there's no D20s, D12s, and all that kind of stuff. And so each time you attack, you roll 1d6 for that character. So say if you have an army of, 20 infantry guys, and they each have rapid fire on their weapons, which lets you shoot twice. You're throwing like 40 D6s at once.
Jesus.
And picking out all the ones over 3 or over 2 or whatever. So I'm pretty excited to learn, even though, I'm into it for so much money.
I love rolling dice, but I don't want to roll that many fucking dice and then count them.
I bet it feels satisfying, though. Like,
you think so? I would just use an app for that. Just hit a button.
30 D6. Yeah. Blah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could do it in multiple times if you want, but it just, that would take forever.
And then you miscount, and you got to do it all over again.
Well, you don't, one thing that's kind of easy is you don't have to, you're not doing addition and stuff like in D&D. It's just anything over 2 hits. And so you just pull out all the 1s and 2s, and then that's how many hits you have, and so. But it's an interesting, I really love the lore of it, and the world that it's kind of in, it's just this super grim, dark sci-fi world where everyone's a bad guy.
You lost me at how much it would cost to play it. Fuck that.
I think the best.
You buy the pieces.
Yeah.
I'll come over and play.
Well, I'll have 2 armies by the time I'm done painting this, so everyone can learn. I have to buy that fucking Necron's book still. You could play it without the codexes, but your powers and stuff are limited. When you're looking up the stats in the box that I got, it'll say oh, this power, C codex. And I'm like, oh, fuck you.
I'm pretty sure you can find all that information for free on the internet.
Yeah, you probably have to find it each time and copy it. Because I'm sure Games Workshop is, locking
taking it down.
Yeah.
Fucking shut your website down.
I know. Well, that does it for Nerdy Confessions. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with God knows what. And we're back. All right, Christian.
There were ads. I don't know what they were.
Yeah.
But there were ads.
We had an ad, I think last week for Ohio, for moving to Ohio. It's hey, move to Ohio. Yeah. We have a growing tech industry.
I don't know. Maybe they're like Japan where birth rates are going down and they need people.
They don't have enough male porn stars.
Yeah.
That's a problem Japan has.
Yeah, we need to go to Japan.
Problem I'm willing to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been obviously pandemic's still going on, even though hopefully new president will try to get that freaking vaccine going. So we've been stuck at home watching a lot of Netflix, right?
Yes.
One of the newest, viral docu-series on Netflix is Night Stalker.
So not that I like serial killers, I
love them.
I like researching and reading about serial killers, and this is one that actually he did creep me out after reading about it, and but I didn't even know, just from like the research I had done, this documentary, this something I didn't learn, that he actually molested a lot of children, and like
so many kids,
and none of the when I was researching ever mentioned that, which I thought was fucking weird, that everyone focused on the murders. Like that was equally horrific, man. Like that was fucking terrible.
Yeah, so the Night Stalker, basically, it was a serial killer and what's it called? Sex
offender, I guess.
Sex offender, I guess. Yeah,
Pedophile?
assaulter, sexual assaulter.
He's a fucked up person.
Yeah, he's a really bad, evil dude that basically terrorized both Southern and Northern California, made it all the way up to the Bay here.
That was another thing I didn't know, that there was probably a lot more murders that he did in San Francisco, because like during the trial, he tells one of the officers like, "Hey,
remember those bodies you found on what was it, Telegraph Hill or whatever?"
And they were like,
"That was me."
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh shit, like we didn't report that." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, it was. I mean, I feel like you can't really ruin a documentary because it's history.
Yeah, it's history,
right?
Stop right here if you're gonna go watch it.
I mean, it's still interesting, and we're not going to do it anywhere near justice. That's why there is a 4-part documentary.
Yeah,
and we're just going to tell you about it for 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But it is it was really an eye-opening documentary. Like, I knew he was a bad dude, but like the ease of which he like murdered all these people.
Yeah.
He would just like walk into their houses late at night. I guess no one like kept their doors shut, doors locked.
It's the 80s, bro.
The 80s.
Kids were in it. What was it? Latchkey kids or whatever.
Latchkey kids, yeah.
Just coming in and out.
Yeah, and he would just go in and just like he'd find like if there was a husband, he would like just shoot him in the face while he was sleeping.
Yep.
And then he would just like murder, assault, whatever. The wife.
There was one badass white guy fucking shot in the head.
Yeah, him and his wife both got shot in the head.
He gets
both
up,
survived.
Fucking chases him.
Yeah.
And the dude, like, he runs away. The Night Stalker runs away. But I guess, you shoot dude in the face, and he gets up. I mean, this dude.
This is a fucking Terminator? Is that what's happening right now? Has that movie even come out yet?
No.
It's 1983.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that guy is fucking savage.
That guy was awesome. And then, like, one of the ladies, like, she ended up getting killed, but, like, she fought him off, and like he didn't end up raping her. He just ran away because he got like injured or something.
Was that the grandma?
Yeah, I think it was the grandma.
Yeah, and what was terrible about that, I didn't know this part of that murder. It was that she was actually terrified her entire life of being raped.
Yeah,
and that was fucking insane. That
I mean, I guess most people would be kind of terrified of that.
But
that was like a thing for her.
Yeah,
she was like that was one of her recurring nightmares.
Yeah, and I was like, that's.
And she didn't do it. She fought him off at least a little bit, but he did murder her.
Yeah,
so, I mean, no one really wins in that situation. But it really interesting documentary, and really well done too. Like they have the two detectives, I should say, who were investigating.
To me, both look better and almost like the white
guy. They look
guy
better now.
The white guy, he looks almost younger now, which is fucking weird.
So weird. And like and the Latin dude was like, he like looked so pasty when he was younger.
Yeah,
and like now he just looks like an older dude.
Yeah,
that was
like,
weird.
How do you guys look better now? Like,
they interview one of the little girls who was like 6 when
that was crazy. She was the first one that was abducted.
Yeah,
or at least what they think was the first one.
And he would abduct the kids and like let them go.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was fucking nuts,
dude. And then once they finally get him, and you're like, oh, this guy is fucking nuts.
Yeah,
like his interviews and stuff, and he's wearing the sunglasses in court, and I'm just like, whoo, boy.
Well, one of the cool thing was that it was a neighborhood that stopped him. It wasn't even the cops that got him. It was a neighborhood in Los Angeles. Like he was trying to rob this lady's car, and she yelled, I think it was for her dad or her husband. And he comes with a fucking, like, I don't know if it was a crowbar. I don't remember, a metal bat, but he's like cracks him in the head. And he goes down. And he was about to, dude. The neighborhood was about to fucking kill him because they were all yelling "Matón, matador," the killer in Spanish, and they were all like, dude, they were ready to fucking kill him.
Yeah, and what had happened was, because one thing interesting through line throughout the series was that, the press was always trying to get information, and then they wanted to release information, and then they made a big deal because I think Dianne Feinstein,
dude. That I remember
that bitch.
I remember when I was researching previous lists, like I had read about that and I was like, oh, that's pretty bad. But like when you see it, like when she's giving away the information, in particular when these two officers were doing such a great job of not letting
the one guy had like pieced together the thing with the shoe print, and he was like he had connected all these child abduction ones to the murders,
and they're all, you're fucking crazy. You're like, this young fucking guy just wants to see him make a name for himself.
It's this one shoe that only one was shipped to Los Angeles in 1982.
That was fucking insane.
It was like, dude, and that's before the internet.
Yeah.
Like he's tracking down receipts and POs and stuff to try to get this. And then like Dianne Feinstein's like, yeah, it's this one shoe. So if you see a guy with a shoe, he's like, oh, fuck.
Like, thanks.
Yeah.
Everything we did. All these fucking reporters that we begged not to fucking, report this. Yeah. And then you fucking just threw it out there.
Yeah, exactly. But in the end, like part of the reason that he's caught is because they do release a picture of him.
Yeah.
And then someone sees him on the bus. They're like, that's fucking him. And then get him.
The librarian who was just like, I saw this guy who looked evil and he smelled like a goat. He said he smelled like a goat.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he walks in and he looks at the paper and he sees him and like he asks him, where's the torture and what did he say? Torture and witchcraft.
Do you have any books on murder?
Yeah. I was like, okay, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right over there. Right. And I'm just gonna make a quick phone call. No one in particular. Beep boop boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was crazy, man. He was definitely an evil dude, and I'm a little upset that he died of cancer in his jail cell.
Yeah, right.
Kind of wish they threw him, out of a plane or something.
I'm hoping he got beat the shit out of a lot in jail because he was a pedophile.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm hoping.
But who knows? Mate, you didn't know that much about it.
I honestly didn't know. I thought it was
hopefully the guys in prison are a little bit better informed.
Yeah, right. No, those guys fucking know.
They can smell it on you.
I've watched 60 Days In. I know what's up. No. Another thing that I thought was interesting they didn't go into was his background. Like he had suffered a big head injury as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what they think that, and obviously he had
it's a CTE type thing.
He also had an uncle who had come back from Vietnam and he was showing him all the pictures of the people he had murdered. And women that he had raped. He had all these Polaroids that he would show him. He would do drugs with him.
Cool. Cool Uncle Terry.
He would take him to go do some peeping Tom sessions and stuff.
Nice. You're telling me this guy just was surrounded by upstanding citizens.
It was his uncle. It was his fucking uncle that fucked him up a lot, and then he's the one who introduced him to Satanism, and that's where he started going, pretty fucking insane. But he started with petty theft and just kind of gradually moved up, and that's kind of what threw off a lot of the cops. They're like, dude, this guy's all over the board, because usually you're a murderer, you're a pedophile, or you're a thief,
right? Like if you're like a Ted Bundy. You have a certain MO.
Yeah. He also had a certain type.
Yeah, he had a certain type. He sure did. This guy was just all over the place.
Anyone could get it.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's not how I would have said that. But yeah, you're right. He was indiscriminate. He was just all over the map.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he would do it 2 days. He would, I think.
No.
One time he killed two people in one day.
2 killings or 2 locations in one day. And multiple times he would do that.
And then after he killed him, he would sit there and eat.
And fucking eat. One time he
ate a cantaloupe or something.
Yeah, vomited and then decided to jerk off on the carpet.
The mood strikes. Yeah, it was, it definitely not, I guess we should have warned you guys. Definitely not for the faint of heart. But it's very interesting. And it kind of reminded me of some of my other favorite
I was wondering where you were going to go with that.
Where am I going to go?
That kind of reminds me of some of my favorite friends.
Activities. Some of my favorite activities. I love breaking into people's houses and just living there until they get home.
Until they figure it out.
Just seeing if I could get caught, Christian.
Yeah. It's the excitement.
That's the thrill. Then I jerk off on the curtains.
Yeah. I've actually said this to a couple friends, and they thought, they're like, why do you research these stuff? I was like, I don't know. I just it's not like I want to do it. I was like, but I will.
But if I did want to do it, I want to get away with it.
Exactly. If there's ever an instance. No, but like I have said, and like
That's why I have so many shoes.
Yeah, you got to switch that shit up, bro.
Different sizes, different brands.
You got that shit was a documentary to learn.
Yeah.
How to get away with shit. No, I was like, I don't want to kill someone. I was like, but I could understand the thrill of like planning something out.
Yeah.
Completing it. I'm like, dude, it's in our DNA. We used to be hunters. Like, I could understand like you stalk something and your plan worked and you did it and you feel a sense of completion. I don't want to kill anyone.
And then you wear their face as a mask.
Yeah, I get it.
Like that.
I don't want to do any of this. I'm just saying I understand the thrill.
Yeah, like if I was in a situation where I could do it and there'd
no
be
consequences.
No consequence. I think it.
I'm just saying it's the law that stops me from doing it.
I mean, if it wasn't for Jesus, I don't know what I'd do. Yeah, I think that's not true. Also, I do whatever I want.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, has nothing to do with Jesus.
Nothing to do with Jesus. He couldn't stop me. I think one thing I find so interesting about like any of these true crime ones is just trying to get inside the brain of these people, right? Like one of my favorite true crime docs of all time is the JInx on HBO.
I don't know this one.
That's the one about Robert Durst.
Okay.
Dude.
Isn't that dude from Limp Bizkit?
No, that's Fred Durst.
Oh, that would have been dope.
He did it all for the nookie, though.
Yeah, that's true.
This other guy did it all for the thrill of killing people. No, yeah, Robert Durst, he's like the heir to a big real estate family from New York, much like our former president. They think he murders his wife, and then they find him like living as a lady, like and not a very good one. He just puts like a wig and a dress on, and that's about it, in Texas. And then they find out that that his neighbor had died, and so he chopped him up into pieces and threw him. They caught him like throwing him into the lake or something like that. He's like, no, I didn't kill him. He just died. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? So I chopped him up, and it's crazy, dude. Like, you got to watch the JInx. And then the last episode is the most amazing piece of documentary I've ever seen.
Okay, don't tell me.
I'm not going to, because that's part of the fun of this.
I'm wondering, I mean, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's guilty of chopping up the pieces.
Right.
But can you really prove that he murdered him?
I know. Well, don't worry.
That's what a good lawyer would argue.
Yeah, don't worry. They find some other stuff, some other incriminating evidence. But it was definitely a weird, like, the guys, all the detectives involved were like, dude, what is going on? There's something up with this guy. And it just gets better and better.
He got away with it for a long time because of money. That's what money does.
Oh, yeah, 100%, for sure. And then of course, I think...
Stop calling me, Mom.
Of course. Mom, stop calling me. Talk about murdering people.
Yeah, for sure.
Another true crime doc that I think a lot of people who maybe weren't interested in it to begin with got interested was Making a Murder.
Oh, that's the caller, the bomb caller one, right?
What?
Oh, no. No. The other one I was thinking that was also on Netflix. I don't remember the name, but it was the...
That sounds fucking crazy. I'm down to watch that one.
Okay, dude.
It's like what's it called? Battle Royale.
Yeah, I guess kind of.
Yeah, where they all have the collars on and they have to fight to the death. Is that...
Has to do with a pizza delivery guy and a bank.
Okay. Well, that sounds cool too, I guess.
I'll find you the name and I'll give it to you. No, that was the one with the where the whole Cobb County was after that one guy, right?
Yeah, Stephen Avery.
Yes.
And his not very intelligent
That
nephew.
poor kid, dude. That poor fucking kid, man. He never had... There's like... Just simply watching the interview videos, like, dude, he was how he's still in jail.
That interview video, like, I can't believe that's not enough to get, first of all, these cops thrown in jail.
Exactly.
Second of all, to get that poor kid out of jail.
Yeah.
And then to really cast some doubt on the whole situation.
Yeah.
But
that was a good one.
It was a good one, and like the fact that they came out with a season 2 that like caught up with what all the people involved are doing now.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to find out the thrilling conclusion.
Another good one, but it's not a video. It's a serial. That's a
serial, yeah.
I shouldn't be promoting other podcasts, but serial.
Well, they they actually get out of here. Facebook.
Why is everyone calling us when we're recording?
Yeah, this is a special time. Don't call us. Serial though, they did make a short documentary that kind of, I don't know, highlighted it, summarized it, on HBO.
Oh, nice.
So it's, I forget what it's called. I think it's called like The Night of or something like that. And it has the kid, what's his name? Anand or something like that. Yeah. QAnon. There it is.
There it is.
Full circle. That's your first clue. That was a good one. Remember the one where they thought this lady got attacked by an owl? Remember that one?
No.
I forget what that one was called. Oh, man. I'll have to try to.
What was it? The Mothman?
No. It was. I said it was an owl.
You said allegedly.
Allegedly. No, like there was definitely this guy, who, like, probably murdered his wife
with an owl. That's fucking metal.
But like, it looked like she had pushed her down the stairs or something like that. And it was basically like,
this has everything I love: death, badass animals,
birds of the night. It's called The Staircase. Is the
owl theory explained?
Yeah. So basically, it's about this lady named Kathleen Peterson, and basically Michael Peterson, like, I think he got convicted of her murder. Like, people think that he pushed her down the stairs and like I don't know, slashed at her with a knife and stuff because she had these big lacerations on her hair.
And it was a fucking owl.
Well, that's what apparently his defense lawyer was arguing, because in whatever part of the country they're in, like, owl attacks are a common thing because they're silent predators. They have special feathers that make them quiet when they're flying at night. And they think that she had gotten attacked by an owl where it like scraped up her head with its sharp talons. And then she had gone upstairs, to like see her wounds. But then because of the heavy blood loss, passed out, fell down the stairs and like broke her neck or something.
These fucking lawyers, dude. I fucking
that guy deserves a raise.
These fucking lawyers will come up with crazy ass fucking theories.
Larry Pollard is the lawyer.
And will fucking sell bullshit, dude.
Here's the short version of the owl theory. Kathleen was heading back into the Petersons' house when an owl silently swooped down and struck her head, digging its talons deep into her scalp. She moved inside to escape the bird, leaving a bit of blood outside. She had been drinking, and there was muscle relaxers and anti-anxiety medication in her system. Woozy and scared, she headed upstairs, presumably to tend to her wounds, and slipped, fell backwards, blacked out, and bled to death. Sometime later, Michael Peterson, who had been out of earshot while, of course, his wife was getting attacked by an owl, came inside and discovered the grisly scene.
Yeah, and the owl after wrote, "Fuck you, you whore," on her body.
Signed the owl.
The owl.
Stay in your lane, humans.
Yeah. What the fuck?
The most compelling evidence in favor of the owl theory: microscopic owl feathers were found along with some of her own hair in Kathleen Peterson's hand.
Oh, so she might... Okay, well, that's a little different. Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's, like, it's so interesting. And I think The Staircase, the documentary is called The Staircase. They gloss over the fucking owl theory. Like, I'm like, no. I'm like, excuse me? No. That's what this documentary is about. Why are we calling it The Staircase when we call
that shit the fucking owl?
Fucking night owls.
Yeah.
But man,
Talons of Terror. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly, dude. The silent killer, silent winged death.
Yeah, like fuck. We're just throwing those away.
Yeah, man, that was a good one though, and also, dude, the husband though is the guiltiest sounding guy ever, because it comes out that I think it comes out that he's like has secret gay lovers and stuff like that. He's like, I don't know. I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, she didn't know about it, but yeah, we had a relationship. I mean, it's whatever. And I'm just like,
you did it.
Try not to act so guilty, but yeah, it's a really good one.
He spent years training this owl to do the one thing, And then he rubbed her down with mice.
With like with a mannequin head.
Yeah.
Just like letting it swoop down on it.
My theory is he trained this owl for fucking years, right?
Yeah.
Then he started like implementing feeding her like little mouse like protein, so that she started smelling like mice and rats because fucking owls love that shit.
Yeah.
And then rubbed her down with like dandruff of rats and then just set the motherfucker free.
And then he'd been training the owl for so long that he developed feelings for the owl. And they run off to be gay together.
No, for sure.
Genius.
There we go.
It's the perfect crime. The perfect crime. Any other good true crime docs that you can think of?
Serial.
Serial's a good podcast, and then My Favorite Murder is another one.
I haven't done that one.
That's a good pod.
They have enough followers. We don't need to fight.
Yeah, we're gonna start the nerds with crime.
Yeah, I'm done.
Nerds with Crime podcast, dude. That's a good spinoff name.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Hey, you heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. God, if someone steals that from us, I'm gonna die. Nerdy crime confessions. Yeah, I murdered someone.
Yeah. I murdered that fucking video game character.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there is a new one on Netflix called The Ripper, which is like it's a British one. I just started it, so I'm not all the way through it. So far, it's kind of interesting. It's about this guy who seems to be kind of emulating the Jack the Ripper, but again, it happens in the I think late 70s in England.
Okay.
In the Chapel district, not Whitechapel like Jack the Ripper, but Chapel.
Yeah, he's got to start small. You know?
Yeah. You graduate to the different colors of Chapel.
White's the last one.
Yeah, exactly. The ultimate one.
Yeah.
One could say.
Unsolved mysteries, if you want little ones, one shots.
Here's my beef with unsolved mysteries.
Okay.
They're unsolved.
Yeah.
I like a little wrap up at the end.
I will say this: not all of them are fucking mysteries. I'm like, that's
dude. That guy definitely murdered.
He fucking did it. Like
that guy murdered his whole family, hid them under the back stoop.
Yeah. Then moved into Spain in the mountains or whatever.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then fucking he killed himself.
Yeah. Is that what happened on that one?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's funny. We both knew which one we were talking about.
Yeah, the French one, I think it was. Right? Yeah, that was a grisly one. And then there's one about aliens or something too.
No, I don't remember that shit.
Yeah, there's one about alien abductions.
Oh.
They're not all about murders. Sometimes they're just about weird disappearances and stuff like that.
But we know there's UFOs, so now we can't say these people are all crazy.
True.
Maybe some of them were gone.
Maybe they were. There is one on HBO that I started watching. It's called like The Killings at something beach or something.
We're very good at the names.
Yeah. I was pretty good on all the other ones. I found the fucking owl one. I just Googled owl documentary.
I didn't say it was you. It was me. Not very good.
But yeah, it's about this guy his mom got murdered and he's trying to figure it out. But he's making the documentary. And one thing I'll say about it is like, look, not everyone can make a documentary.
Yeah.
Documentaries are hard.
Yep.
And I got frustrated with this show because I'm sitting there watching it and I'm interested in the story. I'm like, oh, what happened to this guy's mom? Is there foul play? Was it his dad? His dad's kind of a D-bag. Maybe it was his dad. But then it's a guy interviewing, different detectives and stuff. And he's just like, I don't know. He's not very eloquent. He's no Ken Burns. Let's just say that. Right. And he's like, so, Hey, so Dad, something I want to talk to you about. Do you remember anything about when Mom died? He's like, yeah, it was terrible. Like, I mean, it was one of the worst days of my life. Yeah, but like, did you do it?
What?
Yeah, dude, he's so bad at interviewing, and I like a documentary where I like a talking head documentary, right? Where it's like burning down the house. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Burning down the house. No, when it's like Night Stalker is a good one, where they're just interviewing the people involved, right? And they're telling the story. I think that's that's the documentary I like seeing. I don't like the one where the guy making the documentary is sitting there like, so what did you think about this? And then I don't like seeing them involved.
Yeah, you don't want to see the production. You just want the finished product.
Exactly. Aside from like something like Super Size Me, which that one you kind of have to have the guy. But I don't like seeing the other half of the interview. I like to see a well-oiled machine, well-edited machine.
I was trying to look for one. I remember recently I saw one for Elisa Lam, the person who was missing missing person, and they found her in the water tank of the hotel she was staying at.
Oh yeah, where people had been like drinking the water.
I don't know if that documentary has gone out, but I remember recently seeing a commercial for it. I've done research on that one, and people make it seem like it was impossible. It wasn't impossible. She definitely could have gotten up there and did it. It was just the whole aspect that like she was like freaking out, like someone was following her. But I am curious to see a whole documentary on it.
Yeah. I really like these. I like the documentaries that actually lead to some like further discussion, like the serial or Making a Murder.
Yeah.
Like more facts have been recovered by these documentary crews than were originally recovered by the police involved, which is nuts.
Or Tiger King, where
dude, Tiger King, where we
there was some death involved.
Where we collectively as a nation realized that Carol Baskin murdered her husband.
There's some people that say like no, like. Did
you see there was a stock that jumped in price because Carol Baskin endorsed it?
No.
Yeah, our friend Nelson was like, "Dude, you guys got to jump on this one." I'm like, "What?" And it did jump up quite a bit. It jumped up 200% because of penny stock type thing. But it came out that. Part of the reason why...
What was it? Sardine oil?
Tiger chow. Is basically someone had paid her via Cameo to say like, man, have you guys heard about this new penny stock? And then released the video online. And everyone's like, oh my God, Carol Baskin, I got to buy it. And then it like jumped up 1 million.
Yeah, she's going to kill me if I don't.
Super weird. Very, very strange. Let us know what your guys' favorite documentaries are. Are there ones that you like that we haven't mentioned? I'm always down for a new doc. I like a doc series. I think it's hard to do one shot, one and done. But let us know down in the comments.
There's a horror one, and I fucking don't remember the name. It was a werewolf of something. I'll find it.
Werewolf in Paris?
No,
Werewolf in London.
It was a good documentary because it had a lot of witnesses. And then they were interviewing like
witnesses of werewolves.
Dude, it was so many witnesses that they had to get an actual wildlife person to come out and like try to find it.
Yeah, turns out it was just a regular wolf, guys.
Yeah, just a hairy dude.
Just a hairy dude and his regular wolf.
Yeah. No, it was interesting. I'll find the name and maybe I'll mention in the next one.
They were also in a romantic relationship. Yeah, those are my favorite. I love when love finds a way.
But bestiality, apparently.
Hey, love knows no bounds. Let us know what your favorite documentaries are, true crime specifically, but if you saw a good one out there, let us know too. You can drop it down in the comments. Hit us up on Instagram or Twitter or what have you, Facebook's, TikTok, and of course OnlyFans, where we have all of our murder fantasy pornography.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We're working on it. We're just planning it out. Had to buy a bunch of saran wrap to coat my entire house.
For sure. No clues.
No clues. You know what? This whole conversation really made me want to watch Dexter again.
Dexter's okay. I thought...
Until the end.
Yeah.
Though I heard it's coming back.
I don't think so, man. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know.
Hannibal's better.
Hannibal was pretty good. Except after a while, I'm just like, okay, like I get it. Like he's Hannibal Lecter. But then like this other guy has like weird superpowers. I don't like it.
He has a perfect empathy.
Yeah. That's stupid. It's like some Star Trek bullshit.
I thought Star Trek is amazing.
I love Star Trek, but whenever Deanna Troy's like, oh, I can sense he's angry. He's like, dude, they're yelling at you.
Hey, he just fucking told you. I'm pissed.
Yeah. What set you off? That he was yelling or that his face was turning red? Or that he's waving a knife at you?
Yeah.
What caused it? Oh, I can feel its pain. Oh, God damn it. So dumb.
I heard that she was supposed to have 4 or 3 boobs.
Whoa.
And then they just took that out.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of prosthetics for one horny producer. She got much better later on in the series. Deanna Troy is who we're talking about, in case you haven't guessed. The Betazoid empath. But yeah, let us know your favorite documentaries. Why did our light just get brighter? Very strange. Next week we'll be back. We'll have a more solid plan. We had a guest cancel on us last minute this time.
It's okay. Life happens.
It's fine. Life happens. But yeah, if we seem like we're just talking about our latest crime docs, that's why. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on all the following places. And Christian, thank you for being here.
Yes, I won't murder you. I promise.
I don't know. If you do, make sure you blame it all on the owls.
Yes, for sure.
To all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. We're watching you. Nerds with friends.
Silently, we're watching.
Thank you and good night.